Hello. Well, I didn't think I was going to be doing another one of these so soon, but you may have noticed that there has been a bit of a change. The Imperial Clipper has gone, and I'm now in a Python. So I thought, well, let's do a quick video and show what this thing's all about. Now, I haven't actually flown this thing yet, so I've no idea what she's like. But one thing I do know is that compared to the Imperial Clipper, this thing does look like a bit of a workhorse. So, no surprise though. Right, so what I'll do is show you the state she's in. I did do a bit of upgrading to it yesterday when I first got it, largely because I had to. Now, as you can see from the hard points, I haven't done much at all here. The only weapons she has fitted are two gimbaled medium pulse lasers, which aren't going to trouble any ships that will interdict me, so I'm going to have to avoid combat for a bit until I can get my weaponry sorted out. I don't even have anything in the utility mounts, so well. But for the internals, straight away we come up with an issue. I have a C6 power plant. Now, this ship does really need a class 7, but last night I didn't see any class 7 power plants here, and there still aren't any. So I fitted the C6, which did actually give me a whole 1 megawatt on top of the amount I already had in the E7, but it sent the jump range up quite a bit because the mass of the C6 power plant is only 20 tons, whereas the E7 was fucking 80 tons. So yeah, that helps with the jump range alright. Thrusters, no surprise, D6 I went straight into weight saving mode, life support D4, power distributor, they did have some 7s for that, so I got the D7 there, D6 sensors, D6 shield generator, and then with the frame shift drive I needed to make sure I had the range. I needed at least 13.1 light years, so fitting the B5 frame shift drive means that I currently have 13.52 light year jump range. Everything else is currently cargo racks. It's not going to stay that way. I mean, 228 tons is my cargo capacity at the moment, but these bottom 3 will all change. The bottom 2 will become you know, the discovery scanner and the surface scanner. I don't know what I'm going to put in this one, but I'm sure I'll think of something. I mean, this ship has 32 ton fuel tank, so I don't think fuel scoop is going to be essential, so I won't bother with the fuel scoop. So it could be a shield cell bank, I don't know, we'll see when the time comes. So, well, I'm going to go back to my usual place, so I'll go to Bus. And we need our cargo, and from here it will be advanced catalyzers, 228 tons of these will come to 560,652. Okay, we'll take that. See if they want anything brought back. They do purchase gold here. I always bring gold anyway, so yeah, I'll definitely do that one. Yesterday I was getting quite a few naval ascension missions. The trouble is they always wanted either personal weapons or combat stabilizers, and there is nowhere that I could see close to where I am that sells either, so I had to keep declining it, which was extremely irritating. Let's sort out the power distributor. This is where I am currently. As you can see, I don't have enough to cover the insurance. I'm just under $1 million short. But my reputation with the Empire has gone up to Allied, so I'm now fully allied with the Empire. And take a look at the statistics. Current assets are at 63.8 million. Credit spent on outfitting is just under 99.5 million. Again, as usual, it's the old exaggerated amount because it hasn't taken into account the ones that I sold. Credit spent on ships is still showing as 0. Clearly that's wrong. Combat, I am up to 205 that I've received credits for. So I finally broke the 200 barrier. So 190 bounties claimed, 15 combat bonds, and even though it's saying I've done 0 assassinations, I've actually made 40,745 from assassinations. That equates to 11 ships. That lot. With crimes, the fines, they've all been 100 credits because they've all been firing in the no fire zone. Trading, average profit has now gone past 85,000. It's not a bad average. And exploration systems visited has gone up to 167. All pretty standard stuff. No change in the permits. Still just the Sol and Achenar system permits there. The modules and priorities and what have you is the same as I always have. Fire groups, not much of them. 228 tons of cargo. Alright, let's go to the surface then. Now, of course, I'm now using a smaller landing pad than I did in the Imperial Clipper. And that's extremely handy because that now means I can use, or I can land on outposts. I'm not going to for this mission, but or this trip rather, but at least I can do it if and when is necessary. Right, so let's see what this thing flies like then. Here we go.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Well, it comes up off the landing pad a hell of a lot quicker than the Imperial Clipper did. I'm now going to wait for this bloody Orca to leave the slot there. My biggest worry is going to be heat, because I've got a class 6 power plant rather than a class 7. I'm hoping that heat won't be an issue. Emphasis on hoping. Anyway. Right, well, we're out.
Scan detected.
Oh, okay. Well, certainly nowhere near as manoeuvrable as the what do you call it? Imperial Clipper. Mind you, I wasn't in the blue, so maybe we'll see what it's like when it is in the blue. Though hopefully not as a result of an interdiction. I really do not want to find myself getting interdicted, because it will be a big ship that does it, and I don't have the firepower to fight back. Yeah, lots of stuttering. Lots of stuttering. Right. Let's find a dock, or whatever it's called. Yeah, it is a dock. Where is it? Up here. So the roll is not bad, but pitching is not so good. Now it's the mission, or rather the trip back to Nehet, that I'm particularly worried about, because that's the one where I'll be carrying the extremely valuable cargo, almost certainly going to be beryllium, and yeah, I'm going to have hardly anything in terms of credits, so yeah, I could be stuck there. But thankfully this one has gone without issue. Not that surprising, considering we were so close to Abe Dock when we arrived in the system. Right, so let's see what this is like. Not terrible. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. Engine sound isn't too bad. It's not as impressive as the Imperial Clipper, but yeah, it's not bad. Not sure about that large part of the view being somewhat obscured. When I say I'm not sure about it, I don't like it.
Landing gear deployed.
It's certainly a lot slower than the Imperial Clipper. Again, no real surprise there.
Successful.
There we go.
Disengaged.
Right. So let's sell what we have here. Holy shit, the refueling costs are astronomical. 15,291 to refuel that trip. Fucking hell. Alright. Well, in that case, an A-class frameshift drive is now absolutely my next my next purchase. So 201,552 profit on those. It's not bad, so I'm already back up to 2 million. Right, now price of gold 9,290. It's still a lot higher than it used to be, so I'm going to ignore it and I'll buy beryllium. Cool, so I can buy it all. It leaves me with just 329,965. Well, at least it'll just about be able to cover the fuel. Oh, you fucker, I forgot about that. Right, I'm going to lose some credits because I've got to buy my gold. 3 tons of it. So I've got to sell 1, 2, 3, so I lose 468. Oh well, the hundreds I don't really care about too much. So let me just double check. It is only 3, isn't it? Yeah. Right. And I get 57,617 for it. So yeah, I can live with that. Right. Let's get the hat right on my limit. Okay. Let's go. Well, heat is certainly not an issue, so I'm certainly getting away with using the Class 6. That's nice. But yeah, fuel is an issue. So I'll have to definitely get the A-rated
Ship released. Engines engaged.
frame shift drive. I'm also wondering if me using a Class 6 power supply is also having an effect on the
Landing gear retracted.
yeah, the fuel consumption. The trouble is, the only reason I have a Class 6 is because Nahet didn't have any Class 7s. And if Nahet is a high-tech system but doesn't have any Class 7s, then where the fucking hell am I going to get some? Oh well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Now for the risky trip then. So a lot of my cash is used up. I have no chance of getting
Frame shift drive charging.
my insurance covered with this one, so let's hope I don't get any combat. I am playing in solo mode just to make sure that no players can interdict me.
2, 1, engage.
That's where we're going. Still fucking does that. There's fuck all around me, you know, and yet it seems to need to suddenly do some kind of emergency stop when you approach 1,900 light seconds. Who's that cunt behind me? Well, there are 2 more Pythons in the area. There's a Cobra Mark III and a Lakon. Now there's only 1 more Python in the area. It could be the one that's behind me. Well, we'll soon find out. He is a long way behind me though, so hopefully he's not going to interdict me. Don't need to worry about that. It will slow down in time. Told you. Now, of course, the good thing about this ship is that with 228 tons of cargo space, I would be able to make, you know, decent profits on every run, especially with the cargo that I'm trading in between these 2 systems. Of course, the downside is to get like the decent weaponry and all that, I need to make those hefty profit margins, because I definitely want the gimbaled class 3 beam lasers that I had on my Imperial Clipper, because those things are the bollocks. And I'm quite keen on getting class 2 gimbaled cannons on the medium hard points, but that leaves me with another large hard point. And I don't know what to put on there. I was going to put a class 3 gimbaled cannon. The trouble is I've since found out that they don't exist. And because my aiming is pretty useless and I am very reliant on gimbals, I don't really want a fixed one. I could put a turreted one on there. Apparently there is a turreted class 3, but I don't know, turreted weapons aren't that great. Once you're in the position of it, it gets positioned on the underside of the ship. Means that it's certainly a good place to put a turret. Anyway, we got here without any trouble. Overshot that.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Right. That's going to take some getting used to. 15,421 to refuel. Fucking hell. Alright, anyway, let's get shot of me gold. Now, you may have noticed there was another naval ascension possibility there, so that's 57,000 made on that. Yeah, you see again, personal weapons. But there's nowhere around here that has them. Palladium urgently sought. Quantity 7. Yeah, I'm going to do that one. Alright, let's sell me beryllium. So, 282,600, that's my biggest profit margin ever, and I didn't even have the full cargo hold, and it's by no means the biggest profit margin on anything I've traded in. So, that shows the benefits of the Python right there. Right, so 2,368,000. That should be the insurance covered, but of course now I'm going to spend some more of it. So now the insurance is not covered again. But we'll head back to Shapsagamust because there I can buy the palladium and complete that delivery mission. But actually, let me just check, how long have I got? 9 hours, plenty of time. Right, so see, this is the problem with this naval ascension. There's now 2 of them. So they want combat stabilizers, and this one wants personal weapons. Okay, so let's go to the navigation, to the galaxy map, and let's change it so that it will show. Right, first of all, personal weapons selected, and what, I can't remember what combat stabilizers comes under. Is it technology? No. Oh, is it medicines? Yes, medicines. Right. So the map would now show all of the combat stabilizers and personal weapons trading in the area. Not a fucking sign of it. If we scroll out a bit, still no fucking sign of them. Look up, no. Down, no. Nothing. So yeah, I'd like to obviously you know, improve my rank, but I can't do it with either of those. Bloody thing. Anyway, let's just put my fag out and then we'll head over and pick up my palladium anyway. At least I'll get a decent amount of credits for it. I mean, alright, it's going to cost me a fair old whack to buy 7 tons of palladium, but I'll make a hell of a lot of it back as well. Here we go. Now, launching takes longer on this smaller ship than it did in the larger Imperial Clipper. As if it didn't already take bloody long enough.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Right.
Landing gear retracted.
Viper. The last ship that interdicted me when I was in the Imperial Clipper was a Viper. I mean, talk about ambitious. Shock horror, he didn't succeed.
Friendship charge detected.
Well, he did succeed in interdicting me because I submitted to him. And then I blew him into the space dust. Oh, here we go.
Friendship drive charging.
So after this one we'll do one more run back to Nahet with the palladium, and I think that will do for this impromptu video. Yeah, that's handy. Right, here we go. can't see any other ships in the area because there aren't any. It's quite a rarity, but given how extremely unimpressive my weaponry is, I'm not at all sorry about that.
Docking request granted.
So I'm going at full pelt with all powering engines and it feels like I'm crawling along because I'm used to the Imperial Clipper, which was going at 310 with these settings, and now I'm doing 239. And when I get close to this station, my view of the docking entry port is completely obscured by that fucking thing in the top corner of my viewer. I really don't like that being there. So that's one thing that the Python definitely doesn't have in its favour.
Landing gear deployed.
I still continue to land like a plum. It really does feel like it's stuttering like fuck knows what.
Docking successful. Engines
Oh. Alright, let's see what the repairs are like. Nothing there. What have we got in the way of missions? See, kills means credits. I've started doing some of those, especially if it was against pirates. I would take them. Not in this fucking thing, I'm not though. Right, they don't. No one there is desperate for my whatever it is I've got. Advanced catalyzers. Let's sell those. $201,552. Not bad profit at all. So I need, how many tons is it I need? I keep forgetting. 7 tons of palladium. And the fuckers haven't got any. Shit. Oh well, if they haven't got any, they haven't got any. Abandon it. Alright. That won't do me too many favours, but oh well. Alright, let's get the beryllium. There was a station I know that does have it, but it's beyond my range. I need to do over 15 light years to get there, and I'm only doing about 13 and a half. So, right, let's set course and bugger off. Come on!
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
both ships around there are leaving, so that's good. It doesn't take long for it to get up to the full speed. It's just that that full speed isn't overly fast. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Mind you, this ship is smaller than the last one I was in, and that did go a lot quicker. Obviously Imperial ships are superior.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Which is hardly surprising given that the Empire is the faction to side with. And because I say it is the side to you know, side with, means it must be true. Isn't that right, Mr. Animal House? He who writes whinging comments that are 157 lines long and then wonders why I can't be asked to fucking read any of it. Right, there are at least 2 more ships in the area, but they're both okay. Right, so here we go with the slowdown for no fucking reason whatsoever. Now, I can afford the refueling, even though it is, you know, ridiculously expensive. You know, 15,000 each trip. So I'm thinking, should I sort out my weaponry first rather than the frameshift drive? Then again, the frameshift drive is the more expensive, so it would be nice to get that done and over with, and then no, I don't have to raise quite so much to sort the weaponry out. They both have quite compelling reasons to you know, go with either one of them. There are quite a few unidentified signal sources around, but for the moment I've got to ignore them. There are plenty of other ships around now, including the Hetman, and he's in an asp. Well, if he is going to interdict me, he's got to do it fucking quick. But he isn't. Once again, my allied station is treating me as a neutral. I mean, I'm a fucking ally of the Empire now, I'm not even just friendly. And it's still doing this, you know, status fuck up. I suspect it's going to be a while before I'm able to do any combat in this thing. But at the moment, general flying, I can say it's not bad. It is more sluggish than the Imperial Clipper. There's no doubt about it. But it's not a bad ship to fly. It is slow, well, slower. I mean, I guess if you go straight to this ship from, say, a Type 7, this will feel like it's lightning fast. And of course, these days, now that they've sorted out the requirements for the Imperial Clipper, well, there is a possibility that you might go straight from the Type 7 to this, because you would need a hell of a lot of Imperial missions done before you can actually get a Imperial Clipper, including me, because I now can't get one. So it's a good job that this ship is pretty good, because otherwise I'd be kind of stuck with it. Well, I am stuck with it, unless I went for, you know, a much cheaper, a much smaller ship. Anyway, another biggest profit margin there. 282,000 profit made on that one. So my balance is now 2,821,159, which means, okay, so I can now cover my insurance, and I will have a hair under $500,000 left over, which of course is no good to me, because all of the cargo that I buy costs more than that. What's that done to my trading? Average profit is now just over 86,000, and the highest single transaction is there, 282,600. Well, there you go. So that's a couple of trips on the or in the Python. It's not as nice to fly as the Imperial Clipper, but that's not really a surprise. It is slower, and when you're approaching docking stations in particular, you really do notice it. So I suspect better thrusters are in order. The refueling costs are astronomical, so I think a frame shift drive, that's it, yeah. One of those upgrades is in order. Trouble is, I've already got a B, so I can only upgrade it by one more. I dread to think how much it fucking costs if you've only got an E. But yeah, because I haven't got any weaponry yet, I can't tell you what it's like in combat, but I'll do a video when I've got a combat ready, and we'll see what she's like then. So in the meantime, that's enough for this one. This is Commander Lucosa signing off.